The Russo brothers are not all that surprised over the fact that Spider-Man has left the MCU, and it sounds like it was actually quite a big ordeal getting him in the MCU in the first place, which I guess should be just an obvious thing, an obvious fact. I mean, when you're dealing with so many contracts, so many legal things, so many of everything having to do with bringing a character like that into the MCU, there's a lot of stuff to go through with all of that, and it sounds like Kevin Feige especially received the heavy brunt of all of that, but it sounds like Kevin Feige also was the one who kind of made the thing happen in the first place, which is pretty awesome. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into what the Russo brothers have to say about Spider-Man joining the MCU and then leaving the MCU. So Anthony Russo began by saying, "We were extremely passionate about it. This is something that we really wanted to happen and fought a long time internally at Marvel to make it happen." So it sounds like it was indeed quite a big ordeal trying to get him into the MCU in the first place. It wasn't easy. Kevin Feige went through a lot. There were a lot of ups and downs, and he kept walking into our office, and we'd go, "Look, we've got to do it with Sony," and he'd go, "Okay, I'll figure it out," and walk back into his, which is cool. He was looking for the way out. He wanted to open that door and have us go. We figured it out. We don't need Spider-Man because it's a lot of work to get two major corporations to play nice with each other. And the fact that it happened at all, we should all be dancing and celebrating that we got that little bit of time, which is completely true. I remember watching the Civil War trailer for the first time, and I was just freaking out over the fact that that Spider-Man was in the MCU. I just remember him showing up at the end of that trailer, and that was like the first confirmation that we got that Spider-Man was going to be in the MCU. And he, flipped up on the car. He added Captain America's shield, and he says, "Hey everyone, oh my gosh, what an amazing movie." I'm seriously getting goosebumps right now just remembering that entire situation. It was so awesome, so fantastic, and we should all be very thankful for the fact that we got Spider-Man in the MCU at all in the first place. It was absolutely amazing. So and the fact that Kevin Feige got it to work out, that's just like, that's incredible. That is an incredible feat. Something that you don't see anybody doing nowadays with these studios. Like, how many studios actually share, properties with each other, that actually try to do things in the interest of the fans, of being creative with their storytelling instead of just being greedy. And that's exactly why Spider-Man ended up in the first place in the MCU, was because it was for the fans, because Marvel Studios knew that would be exciting for all of the fans, and that's why I was so excited with it as well. It was amazing. It was truly amazing. It was an incredible experience, and him being in the MCU at all is something that is just fantastic. Finally, he concluded by saying that he and Anthony aren't devastated by the news, as they always knew this precarious arrangement wasn't going to last forever. I think that's why Joe and I aren't so devastated or surprised that there's been a falling out, because it was so hard to make it happen in the first place, which is totally true. And it's something that I don't think that we should be devastated over. I know that I'm not devastated about it. I'm glad that Spider-Man isn't going to be in the MCU anymore, because that means that he is out from under the foot of Disney, and that is exactly where I don't want him. I don't want him to be under the foot of Disney anymore, because I'm tired of everything being under the foot of Disney. And him being on his own again with Sony, with the Spider-Verse, is fantastic. I can't wait to see where they're going to go with that. I think it's amazing. I think the Spider-Verse is going to be pretty awesome. I think Sony has a lot of great ideas. I think that Sony is going to do some pretty awesome stuff with the Spider-Verse. We've already seen so many great things with the Spider-Verse. I mean, we have like the Spider-Man movies, which, Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home. I mean, Far From Home is probably like my third or fourth favorite Spider-Man movie. Homecoming, I wasn't as big of a fan of, but Into the Spider-Verse was amazing, an incredible movie. Venom was a really fun, enjoyable time, and I'm excited to see where they're going to be going with Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse moving forward. So, with that being said, and this isn't going to be the end. Like, I don't think that this is just going to be like the final time we ever see Spider-Man in the MCU. I just hope that, Sony will always, keep the ultimate rights for Spider-Man, that they will never ever surrender to Disney, because Sony has a lot of great things going with them for moving forward and stuff, especially not being attached to Disney and stuff. So with that being said, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this? What do you think about what the Russo brothers have to say about this entire situation? Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.
my heart's desire.